Give us a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give us a thumbs down. Not a thumbs down. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. And get your coffees and everything ready. As you can see, I've got a lovely hot drink here with me. Hello from the UK. Hope you are all well. We'll just wait for some more people to come in and who have we got here today? Let's have a look here. Hello Kiwi Rose, how are you doing this morning? Lillian Armstrong, I see you're a number one here. How are you doing? Hello Barbara Grace, how are you doing? Sarah Briggs. Sue, hello Sue. I'm glad to see it's a little bit cooler in the UK. And yes, well, I'll send you some of our cold weather. Currently, the outside temperature is 12 degrees centigrade here in Auckland. It's lifted from our nippy, I think was it 5 degrees this morning. And hello Lynn Moss, how are you? Lillian Armstrong, hello Ireland, how are you doing? Hello Fortune Television, how are you from the UK? Hello Heather, how are you doing from Hobsonville Point, just across the river from me, not too very far. I actually drove past there yesterday on the way to go and help a friend move their spa pool to the new house that they've just bought. Sue, I must admit I'm feeling a lot better. Still got a little bit of a sniffle and still got a little bit of a cough, but it's a lot better. I can recommend, I promise you, they're not a sponsor of the show or anything, but anybody, I don't know if you know this product, but this product here, this Lipo-C, Lipo sachets, they are the absolute bomb. I promise you. It just really helped me just to break that little bit of a cold and everything, and just help boost the immune system. And something very interesting about it, and I've actually done some research on it as well, as a friend of mine, she's always been battling with lower back pain and joint pains and everything else, and she started taking it about a month ago, and she said after the first week most of the aches and the pains in her joints have disappeared. And apparently it's got something to do with the vitamin C content, but it's got to be the lipo one, because it absorbs a lot better. And that's why I don't just drink normal vitamin C tablets, because like with vitamin B12 and the vitamin Bs, my body doesn't absorb it fully. So that is why the Lipo-C works a lot better, because it absorbs a lot better into the system. And the same with my B12s. The tablets do nothing for me. And that's why every now and then I go for the B12 injection, just to boost my system a bit. Hello Lucy Sterling, how are you? Who else have we got here? Rosie, how are you? Who else is here? Yes, so yeah, Kiwi Rose, definitely go and get that. I mean, even if you just take it just generally, for flu and all that stuff, it is really such a good product. I know it's not the cheapest, but it definitely works. I mean, I used to take like those 1,000 milligram vitamin C tablets, and they did nothing for me. And it's only when I found out that I don't absorb all those vitamins from it that I switched over to the Lipo-Cs. Yeah, no, no. Yeah, Sue, definitely. Just have a look again. I'll just pop it on screen again here. Um, I don't know if you can get it everywhere, but it's this product here, vitamin C lipo sachets. They come in a little sachet like this. I'll show you guys. It comes in a little sachet like this, and then you just tear it open, and then you just pour about 2 fingers of water in a glass, and you squeeze it, and you just mix it up in the water, and then you just drink it. It hasn't got the nicest taste to it, but you know what? The best medicine normally doesn't taste nice, does it? But yeah, no, this stuff is really, really good. I mean, and I normally buy it sort of like in these a big packs that's got 30 sachets and stuff in it. So for two of us, it lasts like 15 days, and I've got to get more. But rather than that, then whatever. And it's got no added, just so you guys know, it's got no, it's alcohol free, no sugar added. It's gluten free, and it is GMO free as well. So if you've got any gluten issues or any sugar issues or anything in those lines, this stuff has got none of that in it. So there we go. Okay, who else is here? I hope you guys have got something hot or cold or whatever to drink. Normally I don't, just have my glass of water, but this morning I felt like a nice hot mochaccino. That is my all-time favorite. It's a nice hot mochaccino. So that's what I just had here this morning. Kiwi Rose, yes. I agree with you about the bronchial asthma. Every time you get the flu, mine normally goes directly to my chest as well. But also, just one thing, I mean, guys, please note, I'm no doctor, I'm no pharmacist, I'm nothing. I'm just going on personal experience here with the medical stuff. My late mom used to suffer from asthma and stuff horrendously. And they just couldn't figure out what was going on until her pharmacist, believe it or not, put her on a regime of antihistamines. And that sorted out the sinuses and the post-nasal drips and everything else. And once I had the allergies under control, it just sorted it out like there was no tomorrow. I mean, from battling with chronic asthma and chest infections for about a year and a half, that just sorted it out. But also, Sue, maybe just Kiwi Rose, also speak to your doctor and see if they can maybe get you on something like Brio. It's an inhaler. I mean, I use that not as frequently now as I used to, but it is once a day, and it really, really helps. Just when I started getting the flu, I actually got my Brio out and I took that as well, and it just helped to clear my chest completely, and it works completely different to your normal inhalers. So maybe just speak to your doctor and see what they have to say about that. Hello, KDG1EP. How are you doing? Please, guys, when you come in, just give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and just, yeah, I see at the moment I've only, unless I refresh here, let me just refresh the screen here and just have a look here where we are sitting at. Let's just have a look here. Sorry, I'm just working off different screens. So just give us a like. I see we've only got 7 likes here so far. So just give us a little like as you come in. Zorro is doing absolutely fine. He has been an absolute little handful since yesterday, and have been barking and driving me insane. This morning he had has his food and everything, and because it's so nippy outside, he is now currently lying in the bedroom, so he might wake up during the live and you might see him, but I'm not going to stir sleeping dogs at the moment. Excuse my coughing every now and then. I'll try and keep it to the minimum. If you guys can hear water sloshing and everything, we've currently, because it's full moon tonight and tomorrow night, it's full moon, so our tides are a lot higher than normal. So what happens is when the tide goes out, it's almost like you pulling out a big plug out of a swimming pool, and all the water just rushes down to the ocean. So you might just hear the sloshing and stuff going in the background. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, Kiwi Rose, just listen to your doctor and everything else. Maybe also one other thing that my doctor normally puts me on is when it gets so bad, is they actually put me on a steroid cortisone as well, which helps just to clear it up a lot quicker. I remember my first 2 years in New Zealand, I got so violently ill that the 1 year I went to the doctor and she gave me stuff, and then during the night I actually couldn't breathe. It was about 6 months of being in New Zealand, and I didn't know much about the healthcare system or anything, so I just waited till the next day to go to my doctor, and she immediately put me onto a nebulizer, and that made all the difference. So yes, so look at all the little bits and pieces that is potentially. Anyway, okay, now Lucy Sterling, yeah, thank you very much. Yes, I'm going to touch upon the Sir Winston Churchill auto writing. I think let me put this aside and let us start here. And I just want to make a note here that we are going to be starting around about 13 minutes with the session, just for my timestamp. So I'm just making a note here. As you can see, I've got my Winston Churchill thing here, and I now just want to go to that. Okay, let's begin. This was not supposed to be part of today's little session here, where I'm going to be touching upon Matariki and what Matariki is. It is something that just sort of like popped over and I mulled over on the weekend, because if you've seen the Winston Churchill reading, you will see that I did the 26 and the 26 and I came to the 8s, and then a very eagle-eyed viewer at Secret Soul Survivor made a comment, and it shows you I read my comments, okay? Said that that all the numbers actually add up to 8, and then that all goes to 24, and then that reduces to a 6. Yes, you are 100% correct. But let's just have a look at this, because if you remember from that reading, is I basically focused on the 26 and the 26, which gave me my 8, and I kept on getting back to the 8, but then something just drew my eye, and I didn't do the full numerology on the 2606 that whole sequence. Okay, I just focused on the 26 and then the 6 months. So if we have a look here, she's absolutely correct, and I'm not, please don't get me wrong, I'm really grateful, because it actually opened up my eyes to something. So if we have a look at the 2606 26, that all, if it all comes up, that it all goes to the 24, and then that goes down to a 6. But if you remember, I focused quite a lot on the 8, and I also focused on the number 5. And it made me wonder, and I actually went and I got out some of my books and I just had a little bit of a squizzy around about with regards to these numbers, and it actually opened up something quite profound, and you'll see how it will actually tie in, I think, with this whole Winston Churchill reading. And as I go through the numerology, you'll see why that 5 stood out for me so much and why the 8 stood out. So there was definitely a reason why my guides actually pulled me towards the 5, and not focus on doing a full numerology to get me to the 6, but then the viewer brought it into my mind, so which I'm really grateful for, because it just opened up my eye a little bit. So I have made my notes and I just want to get there. Okay. I'll try not to make this too long, focusing on this. But if we have a look here at the number 5, okay, that is, and remember, just before I go in there, numerology has always got a light and a shadow side to both of them, because you've got to have that yin and that yang. And that is why, if you remember in that reading, I basically said that 5 is chaos. And for the UK viewers, there's chaos in the UK. There is chaos around the world. There is chaos around everywhere. But before I go any further, I just want to send healing love. And I don't even know what the words are, but to the poor people in Venezuela with those horrific earthquakes. I just, yeah, it is just unbelievable. I could actually not even watch some of the footage and stuff that came out, because it just broke my heart. It just broke my heart. I mean, and I just heard briefly this morning, I think they found a week later, they found a mother and a baby now. So there's always hope. But I mean, it is just, where do you begin? How do you actually begin? Where do you actually start by sorting stuff out? But yeah, that's me. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the show here. But yeah, I just had to just bring that into mind here. Okay, let's get back to the numbers here. The number 5 here, the freedom seeker. Number 5 is almost, it's a pivotal point. And it is sitting right in the middle of all the single digits. And it is the wild, fast-moving force of change and freedom and raw human experience. Okay? The light side of the 5 is the highest light. And the 5 brings the gift of ultimate adaptability. When the unexpected shakes your world, you pivot instantly, turning chaos into an adventure. It is a catalyst, the energy that shatters stagnation and breathes fresh air into old routines. So now you can see why that 5 was quite profound that it came through, because we are sitting in a situation where unexpected things are happening and our worlds are being shaken, but it's there to remind us that it is breaking us from the old. But then, as I said, the 5 has also got the shadow side, and when the 5 is ungrounded, it almost becomes like a restless, I want to say like a nomad. And the feeling of that there's a commitment sort of like out of a deep fear of being trapped. And it almost scatters your focus. And it's like that, starting 10 different things at the same time and not finishing any of them. And this can slide into sort of like a escapism, to avoid dealing with the deeper emotional truths. And with that Churchill reading, it just sort of like resonated for me, and that is why I sat and I got my books out and I just had a little bit of a look over it on the weekend, and that is what is sort of like stood out to me, that a lot of us are escaping these things, or we're trying to escape it, and we're trying little bits, and that is why I also think what part of the message was is that don't overload yourself, don't go ahead and start all little things, and that is where I think there was like this warning from him, basically like, just gather yourself, bring yourself towards yourself, and work for a greater good. Excuse me. Now let's get to this number 6. Six is the anchor of harmony, and it is the nature, and it's a guardian. Where the number 5 normally seeks the horizon, and the number 6 arrives to build a sanctuary. 6 is the steady heart of the home. It's responsible, and it is structural harmony. And on its light side, it's like a natural healer and a peacekeeper. It provides us with that sort of like steady, comforting presence where others can feel safe and protected. And it is driven by almost like a very high integrity. And 6 is very reliable, and it naturally brings symmetry and beauty to a fractured world. So yes, that 6 was actually very, very important for us to pick up. But I was drawn to that 5, and we'll get to this 8 now in a moment. But the 6 shadow side can be very, very heavy, because being in a 6 energy, you care very, very deeply, and it is easy for us to fall into that survivor complex, trying to fix people or situations that is never asked to be healed. And this leads to like a overextension, until there almost becomes like a resentment that builds up, and it is trapping you in sort of like the colder corners of perfectionism and self-sacrifice. And now let's look at this number 8, because 8 is the one that kept pulling my eye. And this is where we are moving from this 6 sanctuary, and we rise out of this heaviness of this numerology. And the number 8, visually, it's an upright, infinite symbol, and it represents this continuous looping and the flow of energy that ultimately bridges sort of that spiritual realm and the material world, as above as below. As you will see, as I always say with my magician card, where he's got the 8 above his head, and I always say is as above as below. Excuse my funny drawings, but you'll remember, if you've been with me for a while, you'll always see that I always refer to as above as is below. 8 is the master of the material realm. It represents discipline, resilience, and true executive authority. 8 is not just a dreamer. 8 builds empires and structures that last. But when it falls, it almost treats that failure as a lesson. Dust yourself off and rebuild bigger. And wasn't that sort of part of that message that came through in that auto writing? Is that, we need to dust ourselves off and not be downtrodden by whatever. But also this 8 has got a darker side to it. It's got a shadow side to it. And when things go out of alignment, the 8 is almost like it hardens into a control freak, and it demands a rigid my way or the highway mentality. And it can fall into this material trap, and you're measuring value of life strictly by wealth or status, and hiding its vulnerability because asking for help feels like a failure. And don't we see the shadow side sort of this 8 at the moment resonating through in politics? But it is going to be in an upswing, and that is where the 6 and the 5 ties in so very well with this. There is definitely an alchemy, and let's have a look here at these numbers together. Each of these 3 numbers don't form a separate path. They are almost stages of ultimate empowerment. Without the 5, you would never find courage to break free from the old chains, okay, and step into the unknown. Without the number 6, the freedom would turn into chaos. The 6 arrives to give your freedom a purpose, grounding your experiences into a sanctuary of love and healing. And finally, the 6 provides a stable foundation required for 8 to rise. Because if you have a look here, if you look at the way I write a 6, my 6 goes like that. So all you have to do is just do that, and it becomes an 8. The 8 takes that love, it takes that freedom, and it builds into a lasting legacy of abundance and spiritual power. And if you, I almost want to say, like, all of us are navigating something, and we are navigating change right now. We need to take this wild 5, this chaotic 5, and just go with it, and just trust it. Do that something that is different. Do this something that's out of the norm. And if you're leaning to protect your peace, honor the boundaries of the 6. And when you are ready to claim your authority and build your empire, not anybody else's, your empire, step boldly into this very, very sovereign strength of the number 8. And I think that was what part of that whole auto writing was about, was basically to tell us, just step out of your comfort zone with that 5. Honor and learn and respect the peace, because that number 8 is not very, very far away. The only number that we're missing here is the 7. And we will touch upon 7 at some other stage and time. Okay, so that is why I just thought, let me just say thank you very much for putting my attention to the 6. Because as I was doing the numbers, I was like, yeah, should I do the full thing? Should I not do the full thing? But I was immediately just pulled down to the 14, which went to 5 and the 8s. And that was... And it's almost telling me that at the moment we're not in that space of the 6 yet, but we need to grasp on the 5 experience here and turn it into a 6, move into the 6 experience so we can get to the light side of the 8. So I hope this has made sense, and I hope I haven't thrown you guys too much with what I've done here. Because I just wanted to bring a little bit of this, touch upon that Winston Churchill reading, and also with regards to that Churchill reading that auto writing that I did. I don't think we must take it from a point of view that he was denigrating any country or anything. I think he was giving a warning. He was giving us all a warning that we need to get back to that space where we all work together and we don't work against each other. That we need to have that harmony, that we need to get back to that point where we all fought against the dark energies. Let me put it that way. That we were fighting against the dark energies and taking over the world with dark energy. And that is where I think it also ties in with that other live that we did with the light and the dark souls. I think he was almost wanting to tell us that we need to bring our light out, and we as a people need to stand together to fight darkness from all levels, from grassroots up right through to the top of government. And only us can actually do that. And I'm just having a look here on my screen, and I just want to flip the blind because I think you guys might be getting blinded here. Let me just have a look here. There we go. I think that is going to be a little bit better so we don't blind people here. Let's quickly get to some comments here and see where we are at. Hello, Laura G. Hope you are doing well. Hello, Jennifer PP60J. Who else is here? Yes, I saw, Laura, I did see you guessed on Winston Churchill reading. Excuse me for the costs and stuff. Yeah, Heather, thanks. I see you commenting here on Sue with the eulogy and everything. You know, it's as I said to Sue as well in a comment that I left her is, you know, I also had to do the eulogy at my mom's funeral and stuff, and I had to sort of be the one that kept everything together. I mean, I was the one making sure that everything was arranged and, you know, the food was done, this was done, that was done. You know, I had to be there for Dad and the whole lot. And, you know, and there was some other family drama going on at the same time, which I'm not going to get into. But I just sort of navigate all of that myself. And I think it was only really, I mean, when I first got the news, it was like devastating and everything else. But then I had to pull myself up by my bootstraps and just be there. And it was only months later that I actually only realized what I'd actually just achieved. And you actually come out stronger on the other side as well. So yeah. Who else is here? Well, things in the UK will come right. It will come right. Just give it some time. Oh, Heather, that sounds very, very nice. A mushroom and baby spinach on an omelette. Yummy, yum, yum. Well, I was frowned upon over the weekend when I made breakfast. And I made bacon, poached egg, and cream spinach on the side, and fresh tomato that was quickly fried. And yeah, it was like, you don't do spinach with for breakfast. So yes, but it sounds very, very yummy, yum, yum. Okay, now let's quickly have a look here. Guys, just give us a like when you've popped in and just say hello. And I just want to make another little note here on my timestamps. Where did I do that? 13. So I'll just make 13. And then I just want to make another note here. At 35, we are going to go into the part that I actually wanted to do for us. And that is about Matariki. And I don't know if you guys have had a chance to pop over to the Buy Me a Coffee site. The links are in the post, community post, but I'll also leave another link in the description box afterwards. The newsletter is completely and utterly free. There's two versions. There's one for members and then there's one for non-members. I'll go into a little bit more detail for the members. I've also linked it in the community post, the links to it as well. So you can just click on the link and it will take you straight there. No, the UK will come, right? It is up to you. It is up to every single person to get out there and make their votes, do their votes. That is the only way you can fix things, is to get out there and vote. But also listen to what Churchill said. People need to listen to what their politicians are telling them. There are so many snake oil salesmen out there. Listen carefully, study, look at history. The right person will come around. And that is why a lot of, if you haven't seen the previous live, pop over to that previous live where I discussed light souls and dark souls. A lot of the darkness is being exposed at the moment so that we can see and our eyes can open. Because sometimes, as I said in that thing as well, is sometimes we need to almost, I want to say, hit rock bottom in order to realize what we are about to lose or what we can lose. Things will come right. Stay positive. And as I said in the previous live as well, positive draws positive. Negativity draws negativity. Let us be the light. Let us be the shining lights, because the more we shine and the more we open people's eyes, the better it will be for every single person out there. Okay. Now, let us get into Matariki. Let us get into some nice positive here. And I will explain to you, because I've also in the newsletter explained quite well what Matariki is. But I'm going to touch upon it here, because I feel it is so important for us to actually have a look at this. And let us get to this. Matariki. This is very traditional New Zealand. Okay. That is basically when okay, let me step back. Matariki changes from year to year. The date is never fixed, because it all depends on when the Matariki stars will be rising. This year, they will be starting the rise between the 7th and the 11th of July. So that is why on the weekend of the 10th of July, we have got a public holiday here. Matariki was never seen as a public holiday. It's only, I think, in the last maybe 3 or 4 years that Matariki is now a public holiday. But Matariki is basically the Maori New Year here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Now, just a quick one. If you're catching us live right now or later on watching on the replay, just drop a comment and let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. And let us know if you are rugging up under the cool winter stars, or if you are sitting in the blazing heat up in the north. So just let us know. Even if it's off chat afterwards, just let me know. Okay, now, Matariki. In Te Ao Māori, the Māori world, Matariki is an entire season of observation. It's not just that week, it is a whole season. It's basically like a month, okay? And it is an observation, and we are reflecting of observation, reflection, and preparation. And it spans across the lunar cycles of the midwinter as the cluster rises in the dawn sky. It is basically like a month-long invitation from the universe to hit the pause button. Look inward and reset your foundations. Traditionally, Matariki season is anchored in 3 pillars. And the 3 pillars are remembrance, celebrating the past, and looking to the future. Those are the 3 pillars that we are sitting at here. The remembrance part is we honor those who have passed since the last rising of the stars. The celebrating part of the presence is we gather, we connect, and we express gratitude for the abundance of community and family that we have now. And then we look to the future. We plant the mental and the spiritual seeds for the year ahead. So I know a lot of people have lost loved ones over the last year and everything. So have we. I think in the last year to 18 months, we've lost about 19 friends, and acquaintances and family and stuff. So this is a really good time to honor those who have passed. Light a little candle, because you can see here today, I've got the candle on the table, and that is in remembrance. And you'll also see I've set the table up here in warmer and lighter colors as well. So the warm north, and then the cooler south as well. So remember those people. Speak their names. Speak to them. Light a candle. Make use of the Matariki weekend on the 10th, especially the 10th of July, to honor those people. But you've got a whole month to do it. And then gather with friends. And I almost want to say that this is could almost be like a Thanksgiving for those Canadian and USA viewers. It's almost like a Thanksgiving almost. You know, if I can try and put a parallel for the closest I can possibly do. Because you're remembering the past, you are celebrating the present, and then you look towards the future. Look what you can do to present and move forward for this year ahead. And now, the ones in my lovely friends in the Northern Hemisphere, you're probably wondering now, how does this midwinter Māori New Year connect with me while we are sweltering and melting in the heat here of summer? And this is where the cosmic magic happens. Matariki is the Maori name for the Pleiades star cluster. And even though that we are looking at them from a different seasonal lens, we are looking at the exact same stars. While they rise in our dawn skies here in the south to signal a winter renewal, the cosmic principles of Matariki are entirely universal. Every single culture on earth recognizes these sacred tipping points where life asks us just to slow down for a moment and take a breath, take inventory, and realign our spirit. Okay? Think of it as a beautiful, beautiful mirror. So I just want to stop here. I just want to have a look here at something. Something has just caught my eye, and I just want to have a look here. Jennifer, can we please not get into the pro-Muslim, whatever here on the chat at the moment? This is not what it's about. What we are actually trying to do here is actually just to make sure that we are all getting the right message, and it's a message of hope and healing that we're trying to bring here. Let's not go down that road on this at the moment. Okay, I'm not calling you out for anything. I'm just saying I don't want this to become one of those sessions. I literally just want us to find a space where we can actually talk together, and we can actually find common good in everybody. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, because we're trying to find love and light and everything here, and that's why I'm bringing this whole Matariki experience to everybody here. Where was I? Let me just read. Okay, as I was saying, every single culture here on earth recognizes that there's a sacred tipping point where life basically asks us just to slow down and take inventory, realign with the spirit. Okay, think of it almost like I'm just having a sip of coffee here. Sorry, mochaccino. Think of it as like a beautiful energetic mirror. While we here in the Southern Hemisphere are doing deep internal shadow work, almost what I want to say, and we are incubating the seeds and the quiet of the dark winter, you guys up in the north is experiencing the peak manifestation, outward abundance, and full illumination of summer. You cannot have one without the other. It's like the yin and the yang. You've got to have the balance. You've got to have the good and the evil. That you've got the shadow and the light. Okay, and so today, as we sit here on this live, it's like we're almost bridging both worlds. We are honoring the full cycle of life, the resting roots and the blooming flowers, together as one global collective. Okay, and if you give me 2 seconds, I just want to not sniffle on the camera. So just do us a favor as we're sitting here in this live chat, and just type in one little thing, one habit, or one heavy energy from the past year that you are going to be consciously leaving behind with new cycles beginning. And let's just release it all together. If you don't want to do it now and you want to do it later, do it later. Write it on a piece of paper and fold it up, and then just either go and bury it deep in the ground, or in a safe space, light it and burn it. And then you know it's released, it's gone. Okay? Because walking around with dark energy within us is actually really, really not good for the soul. And it is always good to just release. And that is why do we think that we sometimes just want to sit and cry and just bawl our eyes out? Sit on the floor or in the bathroom or on the bed and just bawl our eyes out, or watch a rom-com or whatever and just literally start bawling our eyes out, because that is a pressure release. It's the releasing of pressure. It is getting rid of heaviness. Okay. I'm going to refer to the newsletter again. So if you haven't seen the newsletter, go and have a look there, because what I've done there is I selected cards: the Hermit, the Empress, and the High Priestess, and the Death card. And I went into some detail with regards to that and how it ties in very well with Matariki. Okay. I'll leave the link in the description box. It's free. Okay. But for today's energy, you probably all have wondered why I haven't touched these yet. And there's a reason. I haven't touched these cards yet because I wanted to just lay the foundation down for us. And as I was putting this live together and I was doing my research and everything, I sort of came to a conclusion, and I was like just thinking of the cards and like, which cards will actually resonate with it besides the one that I've mentioned in the newsletter. And I sat and I just played around a little bit, and these three cards came to mind. I don't know why, but my guides just pushed me towards these cards. So let's reveal. But before I reveal, let's just hop into the chat quickly and see what is going on here. Oh, Jennifer, no worries. I'm not rapping anybody on the knuckles. I'm just saying we just want to be positive here. I love your comments. You always comment, you always put things out. So yes. Let's have a look here. So see, who's asking about Matariki here? I must have missed something. I hope you guys have got the gist of it. If you missed the gist of it, just pop over and you can just watch this on replay a little bit later on as well. So yes. Oh, hello Vivian in Boston. How are you? Okay, let us continue here with these cards that I have got here for us. Okay, so the first card that I've got here. Thanks, Jennifer. No worries. Don't stress about it. Thank you very much appreciated. But yeah, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it, and thank you for your consideration. That's past, gone, bye. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, we've got the Three of Wands here. I just want to make a timestamp note here at 53. The cards. Okay. The Three of Wands here. If we look very closely at this imagery here, it aligns very, very beautifully with the pillar of Matariki, looking towards the future. And this is, once you find the light, basically look to the horizon. Your ship is coming in. And this July is asking to expand your perspective. Don't just plan for next week. Plan for the next distinct chapter of your life. Because you can have a look here. Because these the three wands, and you can see the three wands here, and the three wands here are basically the three pillars. And here you've got the past behind you. And here you've got a brand new staff in your hand that you're planting new seeds and new growth, and you're looking towards the future. Because you don't know, because we can't really make out in this imagery, are the ships moving out or are they coming in? Whichever way, we need to make a plan to make sure that if our ship has been sent on a mission, that will come back home safely, or that when it's coming back to shore, that it is actually bringing us good news and good tidings, and that what we planned, that we've got planned in the past, is now going to bring us that good and that positive and whatever that we've put out. Okay. And I hope you guys enjoy this sort of thing where I take the cards and I do something a little bit different with them and give you a different perspective on them as well. Because also, if you have a look in this imagery here of the Three of Wands, you've got bare earth here and you've got greenery in here. And that bare earth shows you that we use bare earth to plant the seed in. And when the time is ready, it will start growing and it will start covering up that hill. But at the same time, it shows us as well that once we've planted, we actually start harvesting. And with us harvesting, the earth becomes bare again and being prepared and getting ready for the next planting season. And you see how beautifully this ties in with the whole Matariki and the northern and the southern hemisphere. I hope it still makes beautiful sense for you guys. I hope I haven't lost you along the way here. Now, let's have a look at the next one. Our loyal knight. The absolute loyal knight. The slow moving knight. Knight of Pentacles. This is almost like the ultimate card of receiving an abundance. As I said, he's the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he is the most reliable. He represents that steady, grounded, practical progress. And because if you have a look here, look how upright he is. Look how calm he is. Look at, you can almost imagine that this is seeds being offered to plant for the next harvest. And again, as with the Three of Wands here, we have a look here. You've got the bare earth and you've got the green. You've got bare earth and you've got the green. So it ties again in with our Southern Hemisphere perspective here, where we are looking forward and we are steadying ourselves. And this is why this black horse also, and you've got your armor on, because you are steadying yourself and readying yourself for the next. And there's also something profound for me in this black horse as well. Because we are in Matariki, we are honoring those who have passed. And black is mourning. Black is normally worn for mourning. Not like good morning, like morning. And he goes, I'm being silly. But then he's got his shining armor, because we've got that armor to protect ourselves. And it shows us that the light side is coming through. We are in the present. And then here we are preparing for the future to move forward. So I hope you can see the three pillars, because within this one image here, we've got the three pillars of Matariki coming through. Now, for the last card, the Page of Cups. This is that emotional curiosity, those little intuitive little whispers, and approaching life with an open heart, with that young energy. And this is almost like the perfect bridge, okay? And it is like almost like you are receiving a little message and you are receiving a little surprise, a little gift. And it is practical action. And it is the action of actually listening to those little gut feelings that you've got, those vivid dreams that you have, those subtle synchronicities, and experience them almost with like a sense of wonder. It's that open, unexpected messages that spirit brings you. And that is what is so amazing for me about this page of cups. It is, if you just look at the youthfulness and you just look at, it's almost like a little bit of a court jester. Like remember, if you were at school, you always had the joker in the class that played all the pranks on you. But you know that you could always get a laugh out of it. You know you could always get something out of it. There's always something good that came out of it. And take that youthful energy, and if you look at that, that's almost like a lotus flower. A lotus flower is also abundance, and it is growth, and it is fertility, etc., etc. And if you look then, this whole horizon where this ocean is completely clear. There is nothing on the horizon there, which tells you can put anything you want to in there. You can fill in those blanks. It is up to you. You take that surprising step. You take that fun, and you just go with it. Now, I hope you guys are still with me. I hope you're still enjoying this. I hope I'm not boring you guys. Okay? But when we look at all three of these cards together, and we then look at them and compare with the cards that I pulled in for the newsletter, which I'm putting on the table now, the Hermit, the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Death card. It shows us how it actually anchors things. And we are actually realizing that old identities are firmly in our present value. And pacing ourselves is imperative as we look towards a massive future alignment. And I hope this is actually making sense for you guys. I hope that this is bringing some clarity for everybody here. And I have done, I just want to see if I can find it now. I have actually just trying to see. I did prepare a little mantra for us today, and I'm just trying to find it. If I can't find it, I will post it afterwards for us. What I want to do for us is let us quickly pull a few cards here, because I want to see, and what I want to do is, I'm just looking for the deck. I'm going to be using the little mini angel whispers. I'm going to use mini angel whispers today. And I just want to pull a couple of cards. Oh, there we go. I just want to pull a couple of cards and see. Oh, give me a second here. And I just want to see if it has got any message for me. It's not my full angel deck numbers here. It is just a little mini deck. And I just thought I'll just use the little mini deck just to see there's any little mini messages for us that might tie in with everything that we've discussed here today. And they are very jumpy and they are very nearly ready. That one wants to jump on. Keep assessing the creative connection that you feel to the divine. The whispers speak through your creative connection, allowing you to express the beauty that is within you and connect you with the love that is around you. And here's a little affirmation, and I'm going to read it slow. You can pause afterwards if you want to. The affirmation: creativity is my bright light. As I express my creativity, I feel a beautiful flow of love and connection. And how beautifully does it actually tie in with everything that we spoke about here today? We are all creative. Use creative ways. Be creative. Do something different. Do something new. And let's see, what else? Is there one other little message here? Another little message. Let's have a look here. Now, look at this. We spoke about 8 earlier, didn't we? We spoke about 8 earlier, and I just want to see what this... Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'll show you the card behind it as well. Abundance. Angel whispers. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your highest self, you attract all you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. And the affirmation: the more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. And that is what this whole thing is about. We need to radiate loving and kindness. Balance. 2. Now is the time to take inventory of your feelings. Are there any feelings of imbalance or resistance? Divine whispers are here to remind you that the alignment that you seek also seeks you. Breathe, rest, and reset. Affirmation: what feels powerful and calm easily finds me as I restore the balance within me. And how beautiful is this 222 number here, and how it literally tied in with the Matariki of taking that time out to reflect, to honor, to plan. I just love it when you pull cards and they just work with what the reading you are working with does. Yeah, I could only say thank you to the guides for that they bring this upon our let's have a look. Is there anything else you guys want to know? Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss? Let me know. Let's have a look here. Anything else you guys would like to know? Shall I just pull some cards here? Let's have a look. Cards, if you've got a final message here for all the viewers in connection with Matariki and what we've just discussed, can you give us any message? Just have a look. Can you give us any final message here before we sign off? Before we sign off. Here we got the Justice card. This Justice card here is telling me that we need to get things back into balance. We need to take time to reflect. Look what is actually behind us, and remember that we are sitting firmly and we've got firm foundations. Here is the Ace of Pentacles, the ultimate offering. And how did it just say in the cards that we had? Balance and giving, and the 888 number. Giving, planting, preparing to move forward in this Matariki season. And even if you're in the Northern Hemisphere with the Pleiades, just plan ahead, because you will then have abundance. And just look how beautifully the Star card has come out. And there are, and it almost reminds me of this, it's not the same formation, but these are the 7 stars of the Pleiades, Matariki. And it's telling us to find balance, reflect, nurture, and grow. And just remember that those who have passed, celebrate with those who are still with us, and plan for the future. And that, my friends, I hope has given you a little bit of insight to what Matariki is here in New Zealand, and how you can bring it into your life moving forward in the Northern Hemisphere, or any other country that you might be watching from, be it from France, be it from Australia, be it from Canada, be it from the USA, be it from the UK, Scotland, Ireland, and I've also got some viewers in India as well. So all over the world, we are all part and parcel of the same stardust. We all see the same stars. So if you are feeling a little bit lonely tonight, if you are feeling that your loved ones are not nearby, do something that I do. Look up at the stars and look up at the moon, especially with it being full moon, and just look up at the sky and realize that if you've got family or friends or loved ones that are far away from you, still here on the earth plane, know that they, when they look up at the sky, they are looking at the same thing as you are. And that connects us. And if you've got loved ones that have passed away and is no longer here with you, just look up to the stars and the moon and the sky, and just know that they are sitting on the other side of those stars, looking down upon you. They are stars in the sky. So that's always a connection. As above, as below. So I hope that this will bring you some calm, and that this will bring you some healing, and this will bring you some love. And that you feel that you're not alone. Just look up to the sky and know that whoever you love, whatever loved ones are there, if they look up to the sky and they see the moon, the sun, the stars, that you see the same thing. And that connects all of us. That connects absolutely all of us. And it makes us all one with the world. Like this laurel wreath around this figure in the middle, let the love and light surround you, and shine out to the rest of the world. And we will come out of the cold. We will all come out of the cold. Okay? Truths will set us free. Okay? The truth will set us free. And we sometimes, I just saw the Tower card popping through there. Where is it gone now? I literally saw it popping through. And I wanted to make a comment about it. We sometimes need, and we sometimes feel that there's a Tower moment. But remember, a Tower moment is not always a disaster. Sometimes we need to break something down to build something better and bigger. It is in our control. We can prevent the Tower moments. We can work together and stand together as one, because there's always hope and healing for us. And look here, look at, I've literally just picked these up. What did I say? Look up at the sun. As above, as below. The 8 from earlier on. You cannot make this up, guys. You cannot make this up. Use everything that you've got within you. Look up to the stars, look up to the earth, because everything is connected. We are all connected as one for a better world. And that is all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys loved. And we'll speak to you soon. And did I miss something here? I'm sorry. Oh, Fahrenheit. Okay. Yeah, it's very confusing, this Fahrenheit and Celsius and everything else. It's, yeah, it does my head in, but in any case. And I love all of you. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. Thanks for all your healing energy that you've been sending. And I'll speak to all of you very, very soon. Love and blessings and love and light to all of you. Namaste.